Welcome to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Join the Podcast Mogul Phil Better as he interviews successful entrepreneurs that make their living in the digital world. Now, let's join your host, Phil Better, and his special guest today on Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Invest in Yourself, the Digital Entrepreneur Podcast. I am, of course, your host with the most, Phil Better, and I'm excited for our guest today because they are the founder of Make Local for Global, which is redefining e-commerce and empowerment. In the midst of the global pandemic, our guest's unwavering passion led him to empower businesses worldwide. His vision, a world where every entrepreneur, regardless of technical know-how, thrives online. This brought his mission bridges dreams to digital storefronts driven by accessibility, empowerment, and innovation. He levels the playing field, making opportunities accessible to all backgrounds. Our guest works transforms businesses and lives, innovating the digital landscape. A beacon of hope and a pioneer, his commitment to reshape e-commerce and inspiring change globally. Please welcome our guest, the founder of Make Local for Global, Sahil Jitesh. Sahil, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, hi, Phil. Thank you. Thank you for having me on the podcast.
So right off the bat, I love what you're doing. I took a look at your website, read some of the stuff that you booked with us, and I was just impressed with what you're doing. But before we jump into what you're doing and how you're changing the game, my audience wants to get to know you. So in your own words, apart from that beautifully written intro I gave you, who are you and what makes you tick, Sahil?
Yeah, so I would call myself an entrepreneur, even though I have a master's in mechanical engineering degree. But then I changed my career and I was like, let me go into the digital world. You know, that is something which is future and there's always innovative things happening. So that's where I jumped into and I started my first marketing agency. It's called Mr. Great Marketing. And that's how everything started. I had no idea how to run an agency, how to deal with all the legal documents and accounting and all. But it's all about jumping into the fire and then figure it out how to get success from it. So and that's how the Make Local for Global started as well. I'll be more than happy to share more information about the company and how it is helping the startups and small businesses.
I love that. And so you went from getting your degree in mechanical engineer, which is already like super hard, from what I've heard. Way not smart enough for that. The minute you have mechanical and engineer into a degree, I already know I'm taken out of the equation. So hats off to you for that. I know how difficult it is to that. But what made you decide to go, hey, I'm going to put on hold the 4 years or the 10 years or how many years of schooling I did to go try and build businesses that I have no idea, no business degree, never took any business. Well, question. Did you have anybody in your life who was an entrepreneur before this?
Oh, my father, he's a business owner.
So you had an idea.
Super best inspiration. Yeah, so I know the struggle as well, how hard it is. It's not 9 to 5, it's 24-hour job. So you have to be awake all the time.
And was your father a brick and mortar entrepreneur, or was he a digital entrepreneur? What kind of entrepreneur was your father?
Yeah, he's into the educational business. So we have our own school back in India. So he runs it. So it's a pretty big, and plus he's into real estate as well.
Okay, so he's multifaceted entrepreneur, helping develop the next generation as well with the school, which is another amazing thing. I think I'm going to have to ask you for your dad's contact information, get him on the podcast so we can talk to him. But this is about you. So you knew what the struggles were for an entrepreneur. You obviously went down the safe bet as a student going into mechanical engineer, which is a very secure job. Except now with AI, I don't know, but pretty sure it's still a secure job. But then you decided to forego all that safety, jump into the fire, as you said, and figure it out to be an entrepreneur. So you had your first digital marketing agency. What did you have a niche specific that you focused in, or was it just a general niche?
No, when started, it was focused on hospitality business, so more of a restaurant and hotel sites. So once I got really good at that niche and getting more clients and all, so then I increased my niche to IT companies, and now I have about six niches which I help industry with the four employees in my company. So that was all about Mr. Great marketing. So
Hmm.
and generally, I work with the high ticket clients, and I'm in London. So for me, the high ticket clients are super high ticket clients, and I would say it's like 4 to 5 digits a month they are spending. So that's super nice. But I found a gap in the market. So during the COVID, what happened is I received so many inquiries on my Instagram and through the email. Small businesses or individuals who are struggling with their brick and mortar business and they want to go online, start selling their products and services online. And because my marketing agency, it is mainly focused on high ticket clients, I cannot take small clients, because it will just damage the reputation which I have created for the agency.
Hmm.
So it was just after the pandemic, I was sitting with my fiance and we are discussing about how many messages I'm receiving nowadays, which are total useless, because I cannot help them. And then the idea, that's where the idea of Mac Local for Global born. Basically, it was just me and my fiance sitting together discussing about what are the different revenues we can generate money. How we can take the marketing agency to the next level. And and because I already had lots of inquiries coming on, people have budget of around $150, $200. They want a really nice website, they want to start a business, and that's something is super low when it comes to running a business. And I understand when you start a new business, you don't have that much amount of budget, but
Hmm.
everybody have a dream and they want to sell their product. And specifically, more importantly, during the COVID, lots of people learn new things. Uh, I personally know a few people who learned about how to make candles, different sizes, different smell, flavors. So that's where I was like, okay, those are the people who learned something during the COVID time, and now they have generated their hobby at that time. But after COVID, they are looking to monetize their hobby. And when you start a new business, you don't have big funds to invest in. So I think that's where I found my niche and an idea to start a Make Local for Global to help small businesses or entrepreneurs to just start a business with just £150 a year. So it's not a monthly charge, it's a yearly charge, £150. So that's a crazy price I kept. And one of the reasons to do it, because I'm not making any money from it. It is purely based on helping small businesses and startups, because at some point I was there in the same position as well. I didn't have that much amount of funding to start with, even though I had a little bit back from my engineering job to get enough amount of money to, but still, uh,
You
and
understood
just
the struggle.
yeah, it is a struggle, because with the digital space, with the e-commerce, it is difficult. It is hard because there are lots of people over there, lots of competition online. So you have to create your brand. You have to come up with something new, something fresh, something innovative. You know, and not to give those people a chance is a bad thing. And I think that's something I really want to help people with.
Plus, this is I like this because you're helping these businesses. It is technically a loss leader. You're not making any money. You're maybe breaking even, maybe
Right.
paying off your client, your employees who are helping build this. But you're also helping these businesses generate enough income that eventually they could become part of your high ticket clients. So you have this already kind of a pipeline getting. I have to say, if you didn't think of that, uh,
Yeah. Exactly, Phil. That's the main reason why I started Make Local for Global, because if I'll help someone at their very starting stage, then once they'll be at the level where they can go to the very next level, they need help for marketing agency or someone to, ask question to. So they will know me as a
Mhm.
marketing guy, and they will approach to me, and that's where I can sell the Mr. Great service with a lots of advertisement or other stuff to take their $2,000 a month business to 20 to $30,000 a month. So that's the whole idea, whole strategy about Mr. Great Marketing, because the whole concept of Mr. Great Marketing is if you're doing really good in your business, we'll take it to your next level. That's a great level. So that's how the Mr. Great strategy works.
I think
So yeah,
it's great marketing. Sorry for cutting you off there, but yeah, it's great marketing and great creating your own vertical and your own pipeline to feed you this constant clients. Because the more people who join your platform, obviously, the bigger the platform gets, the more it gets out there, and obviously, you probably won't have everybody who's on that platform make it to the level that they can hire Mr. Great, but a certain number
yeah.
of a certain percentage will transfer over, and that's just LTV for greatness.
No, that's true. That's true. And right now, because and it is not something I'm offering on up to upsell them, because that's the end goal, and
Mhm.
it will come in next 4 to 5 years eventually. But at this moment, it's all about really helping them, because uh, one of the things the startups and small businesses struggle is about the technical stuff when it's come to building an online business. For example, designing a logo, get a interesting, nice, unique logo, uh, buying a domain and hosting. Many people have no idea what it is, and attaching those two, hosting and domain with, and having your personal business email address. Those are the technical stuff, and then learning about how to do e-commerce, from the shipping to upload the product, what to write on the product, what is SEO. There's so many different variety of things that people struggle with, and it's hard to learn. So that's where the one of my package, the initial package of $150 a year, it comes with all of this, from the logo design, to we buy a domain for them. We provide unlimited hosting, email addresses. You can upload as many as product. There's like unlimited products you can upload on the store, and provide the whole e-commerce store to them. We also build the store to them. It is just 150 a year. The
Wow.
only reason to keep that price super low, because I'm in this industry. I know how much it costs, what's the real price is, because I can build the same store, the same design, and can sell up to 8 to 9K, you know, but I know the real price of it. So that's where I can go to at the very bottom level as much as I can, where I just don't lose the money and have a break, and even if I'll pay to myself. So, and the process is all automation at the back end. So that's really helped me to
Keep
scale this
prices down.
business. Yeah.
I love that. I love how you're looking how to maximize your knowledge set, because like you said, you know how much hosting can cost. Instead of costing tens of hundreds of dollars, it can cost $100 a month, or $100 a year, I should say, or the domain, it costs this, and building it is just
Yeah.
time. And if you have, like you say, if you automate the process, that takes away the time cost of paying someone to build it, because it's being automated. I think this is a great thing. I love the platform. This is one of the reasons I wanted you on this podcast, because I see what you're doing and
Mhm.
how you're helping so many people. I want to know, do you have a win from one of the clients who was able to go through makelocalforglobal.com, went through the whole process, and started seeing their dreams take shape?
Yeah. Uh, uh, yeah. It just reminded me one of my very first client.
Oh, even
Uh,
better.
yeah. He found my flyer in one of the networking event, and then he approached me within a week, and he said, I'm not starting a new business. I'm not a startup, but I'm a brick and mortar business, and I sell my personalized products, with my branding. I said, okay, so how can I help you? Do you want an online store? And he said, I have just 3 months left, and then I had to give away my store.
Oh my
So
God.
if there's something you can help me, because for me right now, the super important part is go online and stay
Mhm.
online. So, because there are lots of expenses, and in London, things are very difficult financially at this moment on the economical level, with the increase in price and all. So, so I thought, okay, yeah, why not? Let's build it. So I built the whole the e-commerce store for him, from the branding to the uploading all the product. We had a photo session as well where we captured all the photos. So basically, let me give you some background of the business.
Please.
So it's called Aquaba Cherries business. So they sell Afro American, sorry, the Afro Caribbean foods. So that's what they are specialized in. So they have about more than 150 items on their store. So we took all the photos individually and uploaded on the store. It was fun because he was a part of it. So he
Ah,
was enjoying those things. And I was like, okay, so we uploaded all the products and everything is done. The photography, branding, all things in done. And then we started running ads. And within the week, he saw a really good amount of traffic and daily sales of around 6 sales every day. So that was good at initially, and we are like nice. And then he became one of my Mr. Great's clients, where I provide Google and social media advertisement service. And because he was my first client, I saw that this model works very well. It is just I have to refine those processes at the back end to make it automate. And then with my next 2 to 3 clients, I have processed in such a way that I have created this whole system where I have to just click few buttons, add few information, and I use AI stuff as well at the back end to generate those logos, and then a little bit of editing at the end. So it make it so easy for me to get a new client, onboard them, and provide some really nice results at the back end.
I
So
love
yeah,
that.
that was a super successful. It is on my website. The whole story. Um, the client was super happy because for him 3 months is something he had to take a big action. Otherwise, he had this loss of inventory would be sitting in his storage, and there is no one to buy. You know?
That's great. That's an amazing story about how you helped someone who just like, look, I have 3 months before I go belly up, and I'm stuck with
Yeah.
all this inventory that I can't get rid of. I have to sell at cost or something. And within probably a month or two, you were able to save his store, put him to the next level, and then upgrade him from just, hey, I'm doing this for Make Local for Global to a Mr. Great marketing client and just taking him to the next level. And especially in London,
Yeah.
with the price of rent is through the roof.
It is crazy. It is crazy. Yeah.
I love that story, and it's an inspiration that, like, just hey, look, if you just work with Make Local for Global, you never know what's going to happen to the next level. My question is, do you guys help with the ad spend, or is this something the clients need to figure out on their own?
Uh, we don't do that with the MacLocker for Global.
Okay,
It is all
Mister.
about building a business, building a whole e-commerce store for them. And also we have a different plan as well. It costs about $500 a year. So it also includes regarding the uh, installing all the Google Analytics and tracking data on the website, and we provide the marketing course as well. So it's a 7 days course which they will sign up, and within 7 days they learn the whole marketing strategy. It comes with a lot of worksheet and cheat sheets where they will fill up the information, and in 7 days it is guaranteed that they have like personalized marketing plan. And
Hmm,
I also have we also made a small book of 101 ways to sell your product. So that really helps them to where to market.
I love that. I
So
think that's a
yeah, and then plus the second package, which we call a global package, the global plan, because of Make Local for Global. So it comes with the expertise. You will get 2 hour session a week, which you can use in any way you want. If you have a question about how I can decrease the shipping charges, where can I purchase the boxing packages, which is super cheap for me. How can I improve the product, where can I advertise, I'm getting this amount of sales, what can I do next to do so. So that's where the expertise of me and one of my employee who will come and give them a training and advice.
I love that. And I love how you're also increasing the knowledge of your employees by being part of this and creating these multiple strategies with different clients and different niches. That's super
No, no,
great.
that's super correct because the customer experience is the biggest part when it comes to e-commerce business, because that's what makes you and your competitor different.
Mhm.
If you Yeah, because there are lots of examples out there in the market. Just because of a wrong customer service, it is not done in the right way, or the replies to the queries which the e-commerce store receive, which was replied in 4 to 5 days. So that's a long period of time. Installing those chatbots on the website, that makes life super easy. You know, so I would say the customer experience is something what makes your product and service unique.
It does. It's how you treat someone, they'll always remember. So if the business treats you like $1 million, you'll always want to deal with that. Just like how you're treating your clients in Make Local for Global with super kindness and help at a ridiculously low price. I have to say,
Yeah.
$500 USD yearly for what you're offering is, I've never seen that, and I'm uber impressed by it. And you're obviously helping a whole bunch of small business owners, small and medium business owners, conquer the scary place that is the World Wide Web. Because I remember when it first launched. I'm not old, but anyways, I would
Yeah.
love to shift this over to more of an educational portion. Let's give my audience something that they can learn about.
Right.
What's one piece of advice? Let's go with your Make Local for Global. Let's say they don't have the chance to sign up with you right now. What's one thing that you would advise them before jumping on the web that they should do before making their website?
Very interesting question. Uh, I think having there are two things that everybody should consider before they hop on start to run a business. The first thing will be super important: your product. Make sure your product is unique, different, and help someone. It should be useful product. Then only then, if your product is bad, then even though you do super good marketing, it will sell, but eventually it will go down. So I would say focus on your product. Try to iterate uh, as much as you can, and make it great. The second would be about having the right story for your brand. It takes you to a very long way. uh, Story driven strategy always works. Like for me, right now, to make local for global, how I started the business, that's what makes a connection to the audience. So the same way, if you have a product or a service that you are selling online, having a nice story, you know and which you can captivate audience. So I think that is something you should invest your time in, because that is a part of a branding. So having a right brand and right product, uh, that's what everybody wants, to keep the product unique.
I love that. And that's great advice as well, keeping the product unique, thinking about branding and that, and your product before jumping online. Because if you don't have a good product, you're not going to be selling. Like you said, you can pump as much marketing as you want into it.
Yeah.
Eventually, you'll lose out. Sahil, we are coming near the end, so I'm going to jump in with my final question, the spark question. It's I love learning these because I'm going to give all these advices to my nephew when he turns 10. So great
Yeah.
advice from great entrepreneurs like yourself. So I snap my fingers. I have your 10-year-old self right here. What piece of
Mhm.
advice do you want to give him?
Wow. I would say, go ahead and take a risk, because it lots of things happens throughout my life, and I think I took some little bit more time to to see that I can start my marketing agency. So if I haven't done my engineering, I would have served my 6 years, and then it would really help me. So I would say, I would say to myself that go ahead and take risks, do what you really wanted to do. Don't think about other people, because you know it's sort of other people's duty to understand you and your in your thoughts and your strategy and the way you want to live life and start a business. And that is totally okay. So sometimes my fiance don't understand why I do this, in a business point of view, and that is completely okay. It's fine to do what you really want. Use your brain, use the analytical skills as well, and go with your guts. That's what I'll say.
That's great advice. Oh my God. I can't wait to hand that to my nephew. Just let him know that it's okay to take risks and be fearless. And if you make mistakes, that's okay.
Yeah.
Sahil, I'm going to jump off stage. I want you to let my audience know, because I know there's a lot of budding entrepreneurs listening to this, and I think this is an amazing episode. I want you to let them know where they can find you, how they can connect with you, and make local for global. So the floor, sir, is yours.
Yeah, I would just say, make local for global helps you with all the resources, and it provides you all the resources and tools that you need to start your business. So if you are in early stage of your business, uh, you should definitely think about, at least have an option of make local for global. You'll get all the things, all the basic things you need in terms of starting a business, and you don't have to be afraid, as we provide it is first of all, it has affordable pricing, the 5 days delivery time, 30 days money back guarantee, and there is literally no commission on sales. You can sell as much as you can. You can find me and the MacLogo for Global at maclogoforglobal.com. We are on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So yeah, that would be my page.
I love it. I can't wait to
Yeah.
release this episode to my audience, because I know a lot of people are going to jump on it. Please take a look at it. I kind of wish I had it before I started my business, because I would have jumped on this. But hey, there's always time for when I start my next business to go to
Yeah.
to you, Sahil, to help you take care of that. Sahil, thank you again for coming on and sharing Make Local for Global and your story.
And thank you, Phil, for a wonderful time here.
Excellent. To my audience, make sure you check out the show notes down below so that you can connect with Sahil and make local for global. I thank you all for listening, and remember to always invest in yourself.